is part of our service tonight. You have added to the beauty of our service this night. May God bless you. You may be seated. In 1985, I sat in my hotel room and somebody walked in without opening the door. I was alarmed. I was curious to know that person. So I questioned him. He replied with laughter on his lips and said to me, "I am Satan." When you see Satan, you have seen the worst man on earth. They know that person like him. So I began to bother God. Father, why will you allow this man to walk into my room and threaten me? And God said, all those he will use to humiliate you, forgive them. When you do, you make nonsense of all that I plan against you. And I will give back to you everything he will take from you. I'm going to show you a very powerful war strategy, spiritual war strategy. And I don't want you to miss the high points of this my message. I want you to turn to the book of Matthew, chapter 22. Let's take verse 37 through verse 40. Please, no more movement. All those who came with new dress, sit down. We shall see your dress tomorrow. You know, brand new dress makes some people to frequent the toilet so that they'll be seen by others. We'll see you on tomorrow, not now. Yes, sir.
Jesus said unto him, Thou shalt love the Lord thy God with all thy heart, with all thy soul, with all thy mind. This is the first and great commandment. And the second is like unto it, Thou shalt love thy neighbor as thyself. On these two commandments hang all the law and the prophets.
The Bible teaches us to know that the greatest in life is to love God. But you can't love God without loving his people. I'm going to show you a heartbreaking Bible line. If you're fighting any battle today, think of those who have wronged you, those who have wounded you, those who have offended you, and forgive them. My aunt was shocked to hear me say, the driver that killed our two children, be allowed to go free. When she heard it, she became blind. A woman that loved me and thought of me very highly. But as she was coming to see me in my house and heard me laugh that I have forgiven the young man, and I had asked government not to prosecute him. They don't have power to protect me, only God does. And when God withdraws that protection, nobody should raise his hand to fight for me. When she heard me say it, her eyes, two eyes opened. Come on, give God a good clap of hands. The greatest in life is to know what moves God to fight for you. And I want to declare tonight, if you are ready to listen attentively and intently and earnestly, God is going to grant you revelational knowledge. of what you can do to win the battles of your life. Do I have anybody who had that kind of desire? Your desire tonight that God may show you secrets of battle success. Raise your hand well. It's not enough to be an ordinary Christian. You heard what our brother said. When they told him his case was cancerous, the meaning is that he should count his days. He will soon be a dead man. In the words of my brother-in-law, it means he will return. He will return to his home in a coffin. My brother-in-law said to him, don't allow me to go back to our village in a coffin. That was my first day of hearing that expression. I'd like to walk home and not go by a coffin. Do I have anybody who had the same desire? That when you return to your village, you will not be in a coffin. You will raise your hand well. Come on. Let's go to the book of Matthew chapter 18. We take verse 3 through verse 33. I mean through verse 35. Please, we are picking high points of this message. I don't want you to miss it. Yes, sir. Read.
And he said, verily I say unto you, except ye be converted.
No. The book of Matthew chapter 18, verse 23 through 35.
Therefore is the kingdom of heaven likened unto a certain king, which will take account of his servants. When he had begun to reckon, one was brought unto him, which owed him 10,000 talents. But for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, and his wife and children, and all that he had, and payments to be made. The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord, have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. Then the Lord of that servant was moved with compassion, and loosed him and forgave him the debt.
The master forgave this young man of his debt. That's what we call the result of faith. Through his faith, he was forgiven. That's a miracle, what we call the miracle of cancelled debt. Tonight I'm going to declare, and I'm going to ask heaven to grant you the miracle of cancelled debt. If you are owing anybody, if you are owing any bank, it shall be cancelled. I said it first in Lagos, 1984. A woman came crying and telling me how much she was owing. And I said to her, Madam, God will grant you the miracle of cancelled debt. He asked me, what does that mean? The man you're owing shall look for you. When he sees you, he'll announce that your debt has been cancelled. 2 hours from the time we had the discussion, that man came looking for her, saw her, shouted from his car, Madam, Madam, I know you are avoiding me because of the much money you are owing me, but that debt is cancelled. The way God works is amazing. I don't know whether you know, as we are talking tonight, circumstances are going to be thrown together, and God will bring you to a place of miraculous harvests. Go back to where we were reading, sir. They were going to take this man and his wife and children, but something happened. Yes, sir.
But for as much as he had not to pay, his Lord commanded him to be sold, his wife and children and all that he had.
Is there anybody here who would like to be sold along with your wife and your children? Anybody here? Of all blessings of life, do you consider this a blessing? No. Read on, sir.
The servant therefore fell down and worshipped him, saying, Lord,
He fell down and worshipped his master.
have patience with me,
Have mercy on
and
me.
I will pay thee all.
One day I will pay.
Then the Lord of that servant was moved with compassion, and loosed him and forgave him the debt.
Go on.
But the same servant went out and
The same servant went out,
found one of his fellow servants,
found his fellow servants,
which owed him 100 pence.
who was owing him ordinary 100 pence,
And he laid hands on him,
and gave him the beating of his life.
took him by the throat, saying, Pay me that thou owest. And his fellow servant fell down at his feet and besought him, saying, Have patience with me, and I will pay thee all. And he will not, but went and cast him into prison till he should pay the debt. So when his fellow servants saw what was done, they were very sorry, and came and told unto the Lord all that was done. Then his Lord, after that he had called him, said unto him, O thou wicked servant, I forget thee all that debt, because thou desired of me. Shouldest not thou also have compassion on thy fellow servant, even as I had pity on thee? And his Lord was wroth, and delivered him to the tormentors, till he should pay all that was due unto him. So likewise shall my heavenly Father do also unto you, if ye from your heart forgive not everyone his brother their trespasses.
Right where you are, my message will be very short, because I want to have a quick meeting with the elders, and it will not last more than 5 minutes. We are preparing for a major program, an uncommon program that will baffle many of us by what God will do. I don't know if you remember our last program here. I announced that if men will not tell people where I live and my telephone number, then everyone who came to that meeting shall be healed. Were they all healed? Say it well, let me hear. And really, you have been very good. You have not been bringing people to see me. People don't know I am overstretched. I know him. I know where he lives. You don't have to tell anybody where I live. It is not one of your duties nor responsibilities. Or is it? Say well. Protect me so that I can rest and be more useful to you. My brother said he wants God to keep me here for how many more years? 50. Okay? He's a crazy small. 50 years is very long. How many of you are on his side? Let me see. Okay? Did you see their hands? You have to pray for me every day. You owe me prayer. Huh? Jesus said, "Dear mammy, Ami mama di sanga yenye akanana eni bianga kenu. Ami mama di sanga yenye. Hallelujah."
Jesus said, "Dear mammy, Ami mama di sanga yenye akanana eni bianga kenu. Ami mama di sanga yenye."